Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Andrea and today I have my second update for round 8 of the Roulette Pan collab. This was started by Rebecca and Alexi. I'll have them linked down below, yada yada yada. You've heard all of this many times over, I'm sure, so I'm just going to skip the super long intro and get right into my progress. I managed to meet my goals on 3 of the 6 categories that I was working on. So that means we're going to be rolling in 3 new prompts, which I'm very excited about. The first product that I was working on was my ABH Jackie Aina palette. And this was in the category for something from a brand that you no longer support. And my goal was to use each shade twice. And if you'll remember, I had a different goal to hit pan on trust issues, which I did last update, but I have managed to use each of these shades 2 times. So I am rolling this out. I'm really glad that I put it in the project because even though I don't support ABH anymore, this is one of my favorite palettes of all time and I love it, and I'm glad that I got to get some more use out of it. My next category was your most expensive eyeshadow palette, and I have been using my Lorac Mega Pro 2 because even though now there are much more expensive eyeshadow palettes on the market, this is my most expensive eyeshadow palette. And my goal was to use each shade in at least one time, which I just managed. I finished that today. I've got the shade Gunmetal right here. I have that in my inner corner, and that was the last shade that I had to use. So this one is getting rolled out. I do like this palette, even though since Lorac is kind of in a cruelty-free gray area, I'm not purchasing from them anymore. But this is also one of my older palettes, so I'm glad to have gotten some use out of that. My next prompt was a product that's out of your comfort zone, and I picked this Copacetic Cosmetics like mini gloss in the shade Depth because it's basically a blackened dark green, and that is not a color I would gravitate towards normally, but my goal is to finish this up. I don't know how long that will take because even though this is a little lip gloss, I'm not using it every day because I don't want like a darker lip every day. I've used it 7 times since I rolled it in last update, and again, there's not really any way I didn't weigh it, so there's not really any way for me to know how much is gone. So I anticipate this is going to be in until the end of the project, but I'm going to keep working on it. We'll see what happens. My next prompt was an item that highlights, brightens, or illuminates, and I picked my ColourPop Super Shock Chic in Parallel. This is technically a highlighter, but I use it more as a blush topper. I actually have it on today. My goal was to use this 15 times, and so far I've used it 6 times. So I think I'll probably be able to roll it out next update, but for now I still have 9 more uses left on this. I do like it, and even though it's a little old, it's still got that nice bouncy texture. So I wanted to get more use out of it before it dried out because I have not gotten a lot of use out of it. So I'm happy that I put it in the project for that reason. My next prompt was something from a lesser known brand, and I picked my Pretties for Your Face singles. I have 25 of them, so my goal was to use each one once. I have managed to use, I should do this math before I start talking. 12, 13, 14. I have managed to use 9 shades, so as I used these 2 today, this is Phase and this is Zero. So they're part of the 9 that I've used. As I've been using them, I've been like taking them out of here and putting them back in my singles, my Colored Rain book of shades, which is how I have all my singles arranged, just so that it's a little bit easier for me to keep track of what I've used already. So I have 16 more to go. Theoretically, I could get this goal finished for the next update, but I'm working on so many eyeshadows and so many different projects that I don't know if I will. And I'm also trying not to like really push myself to use things just to get the prompt goal finished. I'm trying to use them a little more organically. So this might be in for another month. I might have used all the shades by the next month. We'll see. And then my last prompt, which I'm going to be rolling out, is an item from a subscription box, and this is a Dirty Little Secrets blush in Kitty Pink. My goal was to use it 15 times, which I did. I think it was repressed at the time of my last update because I dropped it on the floor and I had to repress it, but I used it 15 times. I said I was putting this in the project because I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep this blush or not, but I think I am, and especially since repressing, it's a little more powdery, so I might actually even try to pan this next year. We'll see. But that is my 6th item and the 3rd one that's getting rolled out. So now we're going to generate some new categories. Okay, so just as a reminder, I did combine the old list of 50 with the new list of 100, but of course, since I've finished some prompts, my numbers are all over the place, so they're not going to correspond to the numbers and prompts that you have, but they're all the same. So I have 129 prompts left and I need to pick 3 of them. So I have my random number generator up on my computer and we're just gonna go 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm gonna double check really quick to make sure none of these are prompts that I'm already working on. Okay, none of the numbers that I picked are ones that I'm currently working on. So the 3 new categories I have are, for my list, number 65, which is an old cult classic, number 73, which is your favorite nude blush, lipstick, or nail polish, and number 116, which is something underrated. So I'm gonna need to think about this for a minute. So I'm gonna go like have a little look through my collection and see what I feel about these categories in my products, and I will be back. Well, for you, it'll be really quick. I'll be back really quickly. For me, this is gonna take a minute. Okay, I'm back. I've picked out my 3 new products, and number 65 was an old cult classic, and I decided to pull in this travel-sized Becca First Light Priming Filter. I'm about here, I think. I think my goal is going to be to finish this up. It'll probably take me for the rest of the project just because you don't need a ton of this, and I've panned one of the travel sizes before and they take a long time to pan. So I'm going to try to finish it. We'll see what happens, but it's about halfway full right now. For number 73, which is my favorite nude lipstick, blush, nail polish, I am not really like a nude kind of girl. So I don't really have a favorite nude lipstick or a favorite nude blush, but since I have a bunch of nail polishes and I'm trying to use them more, I figured I'd look through. And this is what I found. It is my Butter London nail polish in All Hail the Queen, and I'm not even sure if Butter London makes nail polishes anymore. This is pretty old, but I put it on the swatch stick. It's a really pretty, like, nudie, I guess kind of taupey color, but it's kind of hard to see, but it does have some shimmer in it, so it's not just a plain cream. I think, especially because I've been doing my nails so much more now, I think to make this a little more challenging, I'm going to set a goal of using it 10 times. So 10 times for my Butter London nail polish for my favorite nude. And then finally, number 116, something underrated. What did I do with it? Here it is. And I decided to pick my Ulta Beauty Baked Sculpt and Glow 3-in-1 palette. This is in the shade California Sunlight. This Ulta Beauty has a really nice baked, like, bronzer, blush, highlighter formula, and I never hear anybody talking about this. So I am going to set a goal of, let's do 15 uses because that'll still mean it'll probably be in the project for another month after this one, just because I'm working on other bronzers and highlighters and blushes, and I'm not gonna force myself to do all 15 uses right away on this. But this is a really good product, and I never hear anybody talking about it. So that was my update. I've been doing pretty well, I think, trying to balance doing some easier goals and some that are going to take me a little longer, as opposed to trying to make goals that I can bang out in a month, which I'm trying not to do that anymore, because I want to spread my attention out throughout my projects and not laser focus in on one thing, which is what I did last time for this project. And I think I'm having a little more fun this time, now that I'm not pushing myself to hit like every single goal every single month. So that was my update, hopefully pretty short and sweet, but I hope everybody is having a great day and you're staying safe and sane and healthy, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.